Pisces, welcome to your June 2019 general tarot reading. It's Raina here. I rarely end my series of videos with Pisces. I don't know if it's because I think of you, I associate you with the tarot or astrology, so I always seem to do yours early on when I'm doing a new series. It's funny because when I first started, I would start from Aries and I would end at Pisces. And I noticed like other readers would kind of mix it up. And I caught on that because not everybody puts out readings all at once. Sometimes we do dribs and drabs, kind of fit them in when we get them in. I guess they didn't want the same sign to always have to be the last one. So I started doing it like that, and the downside or the danger is that you can sometimes repeat a sign if you're not like really paying attention. I just did that with one of the signs. I did the same reading twice. And so in any case, when I was just looking to see what sign I had left to do, I was like, oh wow, Pisces. That's a unusual situation. By the way, I'm starting over again because something, made me want to do so. So the heart of the matter is the Two of Cups. This is a card of, reuniting with somebody that maybe you have split up with. It can be if you're in a relationship that you make a commitment to that person. So it's not just casual dating. This can be forgiving somebody, or even if this is a business venture, forming an alliance with somebody that maybe has a healing angle to it. So Reiki business, and you're both going to share the office rent and the space, or massage therapy or something like that. In the past position is the Five of Cups. So this is a card of mourning the loss of something. So it may be that you are in that process of reuniting after you had either a loss of, a spouse. Maybe you're widower, and now you are thinking of reuniting with somebody from your past. I actually got a very similar thing. I don't know what sign it was. I just did it. I forget all the time, but it was kind of reversed. I had the Five of Cups in the middle of the reading. So it kind of differs when you have it reversed like this, because it's kind of like the grief is more in the past. So right now it's the process of kind of getting together with somebody. So an example would be you are a widow, you lost your husband, and you decided to look up an old flame and see if they were available. And you're in that process of getting together. Who knows? Something like that. Or divorced. Mourning that divorce. Feeling like maybe it was not even your idea to get divorced, and yet trying to reconnect with somebody from your past. So with the Five of Cups, it's important to look at it as you perceiving the loss of something. If you initiate a divorce, chances are this is not that type of a vibe where you're upset about it, because no, I guess it's possible, but I just don't see it as being really what is going on primarily here. The higher message is the Knight of Wands, which is this is kind of like a spiritual observation or piece of advice, a higher level piece of advice. So I would say, looking at it from this angle, is make sure that if you are interested in reconnecting with somebody, that it's not just for the purpose of because you're really hot for this person Because the Knight of Wands can be that kind of person who has a tendency to be like an affair more than a long-term relationship. Or at least that person has the personality type that is much more like not really interested in commitment per se, more interested in having a good time. And this may not be what you want. So make sure you know exactly what this person is capable of giving you. If you're like looking to somebody from the past. In the challenge position, we have the Moon card. So this is showing, the kind of the challenging parts of the Moon. And I said before, this is your card connected to you, even though the Moon rules Cancer. Kind of interesting that in the tarot it's connected with Pisces. But one of the aspects of the Moon card is deception and even self-deception. So don't allow grief to cause you to, want so badly to have that connection with somebody, that relationship, that you are looking in the wrong place for love and you're looking to the wrong person. I often say that people with a prominent Pisces give their affections to the wrong person. And it doesn't mean that it's a bad person, but the wrong person for them, for their particular requirements, if you will. And, I stand by that. I really think that there's an element of truth. Obviously not all Pisces, but maybe a fair amount. Because with Neptune, there can be a distortion. There can be seeing things or feeling or what's the proper term? Like just perceiving things in a way that simply is not the case because you want it to be so. That is really the definition of lying to oneself, is, wishful thinking, wanting to believe something that is not really happening the way that the person is trying to make it out to happen. The advice is the Fool card, which is like, approach your life from the standpoint of, being on a new journey and seeing that adventure connected with this card. In other words, not to have this tendency to kind of like hold on to some kind of a past situation. The Five of Cups, if you're not careful, you could just keep reigniting old hurts. And you want to, with the Fool, with the 0, that's one of the things I love about this card, is that it's like a clean slate. And approaching your life like a clean slate. Regardless of what you're doing. If you have reunited with somebody, or, I didn't think of it this way, because I was thinking that the Five of Cups might be something recent, but maybe it's not. Maybe this has been a year in coming that you have made a commitment to this person you've been dating. If that's the case, don't bring your baggage with that new relationship. Don't project onto that person any kind of a need for them to be a certain way because you need them to make up for the last person, how the last person did you wrong. Treat everybody like they are their own, people, and that you don't have expectations of them based on anybody else, is probably the best way I can put it. And, well, I don't need to hold that up again. And the outcome is the High Priestess. This is a card of passivity and kind of inner connection. Definitely something I could see with Pisces. But really what I would say about this is, you're going on a new road. Maybe you're sticking your neck out for an emotional relationship that you'd like to work out. And do that, but also connect with your higher self so that you're not dependent. When I keep looking at that Five of Cups, that disappointment may be coming because the person put too much stock in another person, believing that it's somebody else's responsibility to kind of save you from yourself. And I don't think that that's how it works. I think that you have to be willing to see yourself in a way that really can kind of get past any grievances and disappointments. Pisces is a very sensitive sign, water sign, but you're also a last sign. So you kind of like take on, sometimes it seems like the karma of all the other signs. And all, also can feel victimized, can feel like you were done wrong. And, if a relationship turns out other than you want, then this can be proof of that. And really, that's not the case. I mean, if something is happening that is unwanted, while that can be, something that you feel is not as you would have it be, you don't have to see it as a tragedy. Let's put it that way. You can see it as yet more information that you're gathering as a soul having this particular lifetime. And you can just chalk it up to experience, in other words, instead of making it into this horrible, proof that, you're getting the short end of the stick yet again. And then cementing that identity as the victim. But the High Priestess, when you are in touch with your higher self, especially as a Pisces, because you are naturally intuitive, and this is kind of like more of the same, that can help you make great decisions too. In addition to whatever else is going on in your life. I think it can strengthen your faith that you're being, divinely protected at all times. So no matter what happens, even if you give your heart out, again, and risk getting it stomped on, that you're willing to do that because you believe that, you are deserving of love and that it's there for you. And so that's my take on the High Priestess in this particular reading. Okay, Pisces, well, better late than never, right? This is what I have for you. If you'd like a personal reading, the link is below. Have a great month. Take care. Bye.